The apprenticeship levy is one of those things that everyone's heard of, but the reality is nobody fully understands it. And what's crazy is automotive employers are paying into this pot, but they're not maximising it. In this video, I'm going to explain the levy in the simplest possible way. If you're a levy payer, you already have this pot of money. So we're going to walk through what it can do for your business and how to use it before you lose it. What was the apprenticeship levy is now called the Growth and Skills Levy, and it's a government incentive that was introduced to really tackle the skills shortage and to support employers in investing in apprentices. Most industries, especially automotive, don't necessarily understand the detail of it or how to fully use it. If you're an employer with an annual wage bill of over £3 million, you're automatically paying into your own Growth and Skills Levy pot, and 0.5% is automatically taken. That money sits in what's called your DAS account, and it has a lifespan of 12 months. And if that money is not used within those 12 months, it automatically goes back to government. Many employers don't know how to access the funds, see what's expiring, or know what to actually spend that money on. As an industry, we cannot afford to not be using this money. We know that we have a skills crisis. Firstly, in recruiting people to join the industry, but then also in upskilling to keep up with technological demands. The levy pot is the only dedicated pot of money that employers have to use for apprenticeship training. Previously, the levy pot could only be used for exactly that, apprenticeship training courses, and this is the delivery of the courses. It's not used for things like apprentice wages, workwear, tools or support. It's used for the framework only. Now, however, and at the time of recording, we've just seen the government relax the regulations on what this money can be used for, although it still very much sits in the apprenticeship landscape. Historically, that money could only be used to fund a full apprenticeship, which has a minimum of 8 months duration. As of today, we've seen that individuals can enrol on just a module of a particular apprenticeship standard. An example, and while this is not confirmed, would be, let's say, a paint technician course. That's a 3-year program, but it may be that anyone within your business can partake in just a particular or a couple of modules from that program. This is still to be confirmed, finalised and properly issued by government so that we know exactly what parameters we're working in. To stay up to date, go to the description below and sign up to our newsletter. So how do the logistics of the funding actually work? Well, it's all through your DAS account, which I mentioned earlier. So your DAS account has to be connected to every single training provider that you're using because the funds are automatically transferred and pulled through from the training provider. It's also really important to note that these funds can be used for any apprentice, regardless of age and regardless of level of apprenticeship standard. So this is a great benefit for both entry-level roles and upskilling existing staff. So now I've understood what the Growth and Skills Levy is, why it was created and why you're paying into it, but also that you can use it to fund both modules and full apprenticeship standards, as well as using it for entry-level programs and upskilling existing staff. Firstly, let's map out our business plans. So what does the next 12, 24, 36 months look like? By doing this, we're able to identify the potential for new sites, new products and services, new markets that we might be entering into. All of these may mean that we need a new skill set within the business, and apprenticeships are a great way of doing so. It's important to think about not just what our business needs now, but what it will need in years to come, so we can really develop that pipeline. It's also worth us looking at and highlighting technical gap, whether that be EV, ADAS, technical roles, but also leadership gaps. So not just thinking about apprenticeships for entry roles, but also about upskilling existing staff members. A crucial step is also to look at where we're spending on external recruitment or even external consultancies or support for our business. These are brilliant opportunities to turn these needs into clear pathways for internal talent development. Once we've identified the gaps that we've got in our business, we need to identify the skills that we need with apprenticeship standards. And it's really important here not just to think in terms of job roles. Firstly, job roles can be quite limiting in what we actually think that they're there to do. But potentially there are job roles that aren't even created in your business yet that an apprenticeship framework or standard might be brilliant for. The best way to break it down is with knowledge, skills and behaviours, because these are exactly what an apprenticeship standard is made up of. So really think about what KSBs the business needs, what different teams and departments could benefit from certain KSBs, and then align that with with existing apprenticeship standards. They may not always be the most obvious. It may be that you're looking to use apprenticeships to transfer people from one department to another. For example, maybe someone that's coming off the shop floor after 20 years in a panel technician role that's moving more into something like a VDA or more office-based. This is where your workforce plan starts to link directly to your levy budget. So we've now started to build based upon our budget, our skills required, and existing apprenticeship standards. So now it's a chance to think about wrapping this all together under your internal apprenticeship academy. You need to decide who's going to have ownership of this. Is it going to be HR? Is it going to be L&D? Is it going to be ops? Clear oversight sets the project up for success and holds everybody accountable for their role within that. As well as ownership, you need engagement and dedication from mentors within the business. An apprenticeship program doesn't work in isolation. It needs buy-in and support from the existing business in order to really make this work. And that means brilliant mentors. Those mentors need to have, again, the right skills to be able to properly support an apprentice with the relevant experience, empathy, and understanding of that journey. It's also vital to align with the right training providers. And this might not be a one-size-fits-all. So it may be that within your apprenticeship program, you have dedicated and specific training providers for different apprenticeship standards. For example, if you're looking to upskill someone to a management role, that might be a different training provider to someone who's looking to progress from maybe a panel technician to a VDA. It's really important that you're trainer agnostic and that you've got a real view of the training provider landscape to best appoint specialist training providers for certain standards. When done well, an apprenticeship program allows you to create clear pathways for entry-level roles, for intermediates, for managers, but also for your future business leaders. We've now set everything up for success, and it's crucial that this isn't done just once and then left. It's likely that the first time will be the hardest, but there's really valuable ways to measure the success of your program to allow you to refine it, to improve it, and to continue investing and using that levy money to maximise its return. Some of the metrics we look to measure are tracking retention, looking at internal promotions, reducing external recruitment costs within the business, and ultimately team satisfaction and engagement. By monitoring progress, learner quality and qualification rates, we're able to really understand how effective the training delivery is and also review and potentially identify better ways of doing things on cohorts moving forwards. Using your levy allows you to utilise funds that you're already paying for, but also gives you the visibility to build something for the future so that you really are creating an internal program that attracts talent, that retains talent, and that develops talent. As we've said, the levy pot is a use it or lose it, and you've already paid for your internal apprenticeship academy. You just haven't built it yet. We've outlined how to build it, but what we see so often is that nobody really takes ownership of this within larger organisations, so it just doesn't happen. And this is exactly where we come in. We build it for you. We identify the areas that you need support in, the relevant frameworks, identify the right people that can go onto those programs, and manage all of the admin, the paperwork, and the hassle so that you can actually use your levy and you can make the most of the money that you've already spent. To find out more and to discuss how you can make the most of your levy budget, visit our website at apprenticeshipcentral.co.uk.